Sometimes it feels like life is a series of endless challenges. And the harder you try to keep everything under control, the more things slip through your fingers. You plan, you build, you prepare, and yet somehow, reality turns everything upside down. And in that moment, panic whispers inside you, why? Why is this happening when I tried so hard? But one day I realized, it's not life that ruins our plans, it's us who never learn to trust it. We're afraid of the space between what we know and what we don't. We fear that if we let go of control, everything will fall apart. And that fear makes us tired, anxious, and disconnected from the very life we're trying to manage. To trust life is to learn to stand in that empty space and not run away. It's not about giving up, it's about opening up. Not about surrendering your effort, but about stopping the fight with what's stronger than you. Why we struggle to trust. Since childhood, we've been taught to control our grades, our success, our image. We were rarely taught to simply be. When things feel uncertain, we feel unsafe. We crave guarantees, clear plans, predictable outcomes. But life isn't a plan. It's an improvisation, and the universe is your dance partner. We often confuse trust with passivity. We think, if I start trusting, I'll stop acting, I'll lose ambition. But it's the opposite. Trust doesn't kill action, it gives it clarity. When you trust life, your steps become cleaner, calmer. You no longer run in panic, you move with intention, knowing that not everything depends on you, and that's okay. Step 1. Accept that you're not in control. Sometimes you just have to tell yourself the truth. I don't control this world. That's not weakness, that's wisdom. Most of what we call control is just an illusion. We can plan, prepare, and still, 1,000 unseen factors shape what happens. The paradox is that when we stop fighting uncertainty, clarity arrives. The noise quiets down. Decisions come easier. You stop fearing the unpredictable. And suddenly, life begins to flow, on its own, without force. Maybe trust begins with a deep breath in the middle of chaos. When everything seems to crumble, but you inhale, exhale, and whisper to yourself, let it be as it should be. Step 2. Let go of what's ready to leave. We cling to the past, to people, to ideas, to old versions of ourselves. We fear that if we let go, everything will lose meaning. But nothing leaves without purpose. Whatever exits your life creates space for something new. That's not poetic, it's how movement works. When you cling to what has expired, you block the flow. When you release it, you allow new energy in. To trust life is to let go, not out of weakness, but out of respect. Respect for the natural rhythm of things. People come and go. Projects end, dreams transform, and there's no tragedy in that. It's rhythm, not loss. Step 3. Learn to listen to life. Life speaks to us all the time. We just rarely listen. It whispers through coincidences, intuition, unexpected encounters, those random moments that aren't random at all. But when we rush, we miss the messages. I've noticed something. When you slow down, even for a minute, life gets louder. You start sensing where to go. Trust is not passivity, it's attentiveness. It's hearing not only the mind's noise but also that quiet voice within. And when you begin to trust that inner knowing, things start to align. You stop walking someone else's map and finally follow your own path. Step 4. Stop demanding. Start appreciating. When we don't trust life, we keep demanding things from it. Give me a sign. Give me security. Give me certainty. But life is not a cashier handing out guarantees. It offers experience, not contracts. When we shift from demanding to appreciating, everything changes. Gratitude opens the heart. It reminds us that even in uncertainty, something good already exists, Small things. A morning light, a quiet breath, a warm hand. Gratitude teaches us to see not just what's missing but what is. And that's what trust really is. The recognition that life, even when imperfect, still gives more than we notice. Step 5. Believe in meaning, even when you can't see it. Sometimes life looks like pure chaos. Nothing makes sense. Everything feels like it's falling apart. But later, when you look back, you realize every piece had a purpose. Every turn led you here. To trust life is to walk without knowing the destination. It's to take steps into the fog, believing the road will appear. It's saying yes to the world even when your mind screams no. What trusting life gives you. When you start trusting life, everything changes. Lightness appears. The endless anxiety fades. You stop swimming against the current and start flowing with it. You no longer divide everything into good and bad, because you see that even challenges carry gifts. You develop an inner calm, not because life gets easier, but because you stop fearing when it doesn't. Trusting life isn't about everything being fine. It's about being at peace with what is. It's standing still in the storm, knowing that storms never last forever. A simple practice of trust. Sometimes it only takes 3 small steps. Pause. Stop running and take a real breath. Say to yourself, I don't know how this will turn out, but I choose to trust. Take one small action. Not from fear, but from faith that life will support you. That's all it takes to change everything. Because when your actions come from trust instead of fear, the world responds differently. To trust life is not to give up control. It's to stop fighting with what you can't control. It's to let events unfold in their rhythm without breaking yourself against them. That's maturity. That's quiet strength. At some point you realize, life isn't your enemy, nor your exam, nor a battlefield. Life is a process you're not meant to fully understand. You're just meant to be in it. And the more you trust, the more life shows you that nothing ever worked against you. It was always working for you. You just couldn't see it yet. In the end, trust begins with honesty. The moment you admit, I don't know what happens next, but I'm staying. Staying in this life, in this moment, in this breath. And when you say that quiet yes, life hears you, and begins to unfold toward you. Not with fireworks, not with miracles, but softly, naturally, in its own timing. And you suddenly realize, you don't have to hold everything anymore. You can finally just live. That's the art of trusting life. Not predicting its steps, but walking beside it. Calmly, consciously, trusting that it knows where it's leading you.